Hey guys, FNAF King underscore 93 here. Today I'll be showing you how to defeat all Nightmare Mode, the second challenge star on Five Nights at Freddy's 4. This challenge is considered to be relying on RNG and can be very luck based. Although this mode is not as bad as it seems, and if you follow the strategy, there is a decent chance that you will survive. Something I must note is that this mode is not beatable every single time because sometimes you will get unlucky and sometimes you won't. At the start of the night, you'll be hearing Nightmare running around a lot, sometimes even on the same side multiple times. I guarantee you that you can completely ignore the footsteps and laughter because I guarantee that they're all fake. Instead of tracking Nightmare's location, use this time to load everything up. Nightmare doesn't fully spawn until the timer reaches about 23 seconds, which can be more or less depending on how Nightmare is feeling that night. When Nightmare stops at the door, run to that door immediately, and as you're running to the door, you should have your finger pressed on the shift button so as not to risk anything, since Nightmare is very unforgivable in this mode. Something worth mentioning is that Nightmare takes a little bit longer to stop on the left side, so I would recommend waiting a second before running to the door. As for him, not to run to the other side when you're running to the opposite door, which in some cases can spell death if you're not fast enough. When Nightmare stops at the door, immediately run to that side and close the door, and in any other circumstance, never flash the light on him on this mode. This increases the chances of you dying by a significant amount. The only time when you would need to flash the light is when he laughs to verify if it was real or fake. Now you must be asking FNAF King underscore 93, how does this mode have RNG? All you gotta do is just follow him, right? Well, hey, guess what, buddy? It ain't that easy at all. You see, when Nightmare laughs, it was either real or fake. If it was a real laugh, he would be either in the closet or the bed. If it was fake, he's still out in the halls. And your second question will likely be, oh yeah, I know that's all you gotta do is just know between a real and fake laugh, right? And hate to break it up to you, buddy, but no, it is impossible to tell a real laugh from a fake laugh by audio alone. The only way you can tell if it was fake is by hearing footsteps after the laugh completely stops. It's not like Nightmare's gonna say, "You'll chat, I'm in the closet, close the closet doors on me, then I'll go away." No, that'll just ruin the fun of the game. Okay, so how do we counter this? Easy. You see in this mode, plays with his number, like his AI level a bit. So from 12 a.m. to the clock striking 3 a.m., every laugh that Nightmare does is likely going to be real. And then from 3 a.m. to the clock striking 6 a.m., every laugh that Nightmare does has a higher chance of being fake. Although this strategy will work most of the time, it's not a guaranteed strategy that will help you win this mode all the time. Nightmare can only do two real laughs in this mode. Any laugh from that onward a point onward will be almost guaranteed to be fake. Of course, real laughs can happen after 3 a.m. and after those two laughs, but it's just very unlikely that they would happen, but they can, so just be aware of it. Something worth mentioning is that Nightmare usually does the two real laughs earlier in the night. So pretty much when you get through those two real laughs, you can just coast and follow him wherever he goes. Although move as quickly as possible and remember not to risk anything on Nightmare since the tiniest slip up can spell DEAD, which is dead. I highly recommend running a stopwatch on this night so that you know how close you are to 3 a.m., which is when your strategy will change, and how close you are to 6 a.m., which can help you if you can clutch it or restart the round. Start the stopwatch when the loading screen goes away and the bedroom comes into view. When Nightmare laps between 12 a.m. to 3 a.m., I recommend checking the bed first since it's the fastest of the two. If he's there, keep the light on him until he disappears. If he's not, either pick between the closet or the door you last heard him at. If he's in the closet, shut the doors until you hear footsteps again. If Nightmare is not in two locations, there's literally no way to survive, although it's not impossible. If you're fast enough, you should be able to clutch it just in time to ward him off. If you check one location and he's not there, I would say go with your gut on where he could be. 3 a.m. onwards, just go to the doors first since he's pretty much guaranteed to be there. Yeah, so to recap, you'll be hearing Nightmare running around a lot, even sometimes on the same side. Instead of following him, use this time to load everything up. And when 23 seconds strikes, if he runs, run to that door and keep your finger pressed on the shift key to avoid any risk of dying. This can help if you got there a little late. Remember that when Nightmare laughs between the 12 a.m. to the clock striking 3 a.m., every laugh has a good chance of being real, so check the bed first. If he's not there, either pick the closet or the door. Remember to go with your gut. Every lap the nightmare does, 3 a.m. to the clock striking 6 a.m., will be pretty much guaranteed to be fake. Remember that Nightmare can only do 2 real laughs during this mode, so when those are up, always run to the door first when he laughs. If he laughs when the door is shut, hold it closed for 2 seconds. If you don't hear footsteps, check the closet or bed. This pretty much applies to the 12 a.m. to the clock striking 3 a.m. segment. If Nightmare's on the bed, hold the light on him until he goes away, or shut the closet doors if he's in there. This challenge is somewhat luck based, but if you're fast enough, you should be able to clutch it just in time. This challenge does get harder when you reach blind all nightmare mode, which is when the RNG gets even worse. But don't worry, that will be for a future guide when we start collecting the blue stars. Well, that's all for now. Follow the strategy, and you should have another red star on the main menu. So there you go, guys. That's how you defeat all nightmare mode. Think about this night as a harder version of Night 5, which is when Nightmare Fredbear is active. And treat Nightmare just like Fredbear, but then like you have to keep an eye on him a little more and learn how to deal with him a little more efficiently, since Nightmare always takes advantage of every single slip up that you make, like holding the light on him for 1 second, which you will always get killed. But in any other circumstance, remember to stay positive and always reflect what you can do better if you keep making mistakes. Thank you for watching this guide. I hope it helped you, and I will see you in the next one.